Hello everybody, welcome to our next Imperial Assault Battle Report. It's been a little while since the last one. This is game 2 of the little tournament we had at our local shop. It's myself versus David. I'm running 2 elite stormtroopers, General Weiss, a elite officer, and Zelo technique, and David's got a rebel heroes type list containing Obi-Wan, Davith, 2 units of elite saboteurs, Gideon 3PO, rebel smuggler, Mern, and rebel high command. So we're playing on Coruscant landfill again, but we're playing the Dianoga mission. So 3 defense, 20 health, VP, 1 VP for each point of damage on it, and 5 for whoever kills it, and also first to 40 points. So this is the second game playing with Weiss and the Stormtroopers. I recently took this list to the Australian Nationals, and it did absolutely horribly. In my head, I think Weiss was a lot more survivable than he actually is. I guess when he's just against troopers, he's fine, because his 2 defense can just pink away most shots. But when facing against HKs, which there's a lot of, and Banthas and that kind of stuff, and Saboteurs with their stun, it really does just nerf him completely into the ground. So I learned my lesson the hard way. I won't be using him again, I don't think, unless there's a good skirmish upgrade card which makes him viable. But unfortunately, he's just going back on the shelf for a long time, I think. Yes, and of course the 2 elite stormtroopers, always useful, and Zelo, which we've found that Zelo's been nerfed slightly a bit. When we went to Nationals, the ruling was to use Zelo once someone does an attack. Before they apply their surges, then you apply your minus PS2, which is just completely pointless because they might never do PS at all. So it's just an absolute useless card now, I think. If that is the official ruling, that you have to tap Zelo technique before they declare their surge abilities, I don't really see the point of it anymore, because that seems to me like a really stupid decision to change that for the Zelo technique, because the whole point is if someone pierces, you tap it to stop the pierce. That's the whole idea of Zelo technique. So I'm not really sure what the goal is there. Might have to wait for a FAQ or to Fantasy Flight to actually say something on the correct timing for using Zelo technique. So David's just focused Davith and Obi-Wan with 3PO and Gideon. Then scooted Davith up to that top terminal along with the smuggler, and Obi-Wan's just sitting in the mid-ground. Now he's moving up as well. Using a good tactic on this map is to basically just move every single model to the opposite side of the board, but to basically like change it where your deployment is. And I've decided, since Weiss is very defensive, he can just sort of sit there and just shoot the Dianoga all he wants. So I sort of want to hold that corridor and guess that mid-ground to try and use Weiss to his full advantage. Troopers moving up, just taking a few, took terminal. Just activating Mern. I've played against Mern now a few times. He's a very, very annoying character when you have troopers, because his ability is purely to control troopers and stuff under 3 points, or with his card 5 points. So he is majorly used to stop troopers, basically. Doing a pot shot at the Dianoga to do 1 damage, because that 3 block really does hurt the troopers, because the max is 5 they can do. So and do another point of damage. So really negates their shooting, because they don't have any pierce. So blue troopers just did a couple shots, and the other one's just moving up into that corridor. David's moving his elite saboteurs, basically just counter deploying. It's a very good tactic, especially when all this stuff's mainly speed 5, so you can do it. It reminds me of the old 40k days where when you played Dark Eldar or Eldar, just any fast moving army, just to go when you go second, just see where they deploy, then just counter deploy in the opposite corner. And it still works. And I just rush that. I use Weiss's command ability to move 2 troopers, and I rush that trooper to grab that terminal, maybe not die, and to move the other red trooper back. And also just deciding what dice I want to roll to shoot at the Dianoga. Do a few damage if I make the range. Yep, so do 3 damage. Okay, take 2. I just finished narrating it, and then the video corrupted for some bloody reason. And I'm using the video editor just on like the Samsung tablet, and it said, oh, it corrupted, and basically went back to my last save, which was just that previous voiceover. So I have to do another all over again, I suppose. So, oh, never mind. It happens. I just have to learn to do my voiceovers in 10-minute chunks and then save it. It's happened once before when I just put in the video, it corrupted and went over again. But oh well, you can't do that much about it. So yeah, so back to this part of the game. Recently went to the Australian Nationals in Sydney. A few of the Victorian guys went up there, and they only got 24 players, which seemed a bit low. I thought we would have got at least over 30, maybe 35, but only 24. So it was 4 rounds. I think it was 4 rounds. I took this same list, this Weiss list, and I'm never ever taking Weiss again. He is just getting shelved for all eternity. Davis just attacking that stormtrooper there. He's trash. He's garbage. Unless there's a card comes out which makes him considerably better, I'm not going to see taking him unless it's the campaign. Yeah, so 4 games, won 1, lost 3, so I did terribly. Got the promo card, whoop-de-doo, bobber. But for some reason they only gave out 1 per person, even though they still had a stack of them left, so which they basically just kept all the other ones, which they should have given at least 2 each. And that's something that's really starting to annoy me lately, is that tournaments, especially in Australia, they just keep all the extra promos. They should hand them out. The promos are for that tournament. Give them to the players who attended that tournament. Let's just give people no incentive to go, because people just go on the internet and just buy a card off eBay, and it saves them the time. So how are you rewarding players by just not giving all the cards out? It's something that's starting to creep in very slowly, or it's creeped in suddenly now. Every tournament's doing it, and I'm just absolutely bloody sick of it. Coming from like Warhammer days, and that prices were so good, and basically I think it's just mainly Fantasy Flight games, or the people who are running it just do not care about the price support, and just don't. As long as they get their people to come up and they make them, and they get their people there, give them what's in the kit, 1 each or whatever. Keep the rest. They probably sell it on. Who knows? And it's just something that really is annoying me lately. So I think until the tournament breaks that trend, maybe I don't know how they're going to break it, but even just random door prizes, like at the X-Wing Nationals this year in Australia, there was like 130 players. Only prize was the random door prize of each of the Wave 9 ships, which isn't that much when everyone's paying like $40 each, and there's 100 or 150 people pre-registered, so it isn't really that much considering how much money there is in the pool. But that's something that's really starting to annoy me. Just prize support needs to get better. It's going to take just a TO or a tournament to really just give out tons of prizes and just blow the whole gate open. And once that's done, I think people should start follow, because this not giving out cards thing is got to stop, in my opinion. Like, we went to the Armada Regionals this year, or last year. No, it was this year. Started this year. And, we got 3 Akbars each, and because it's only like 15 people, I think it wasn't very many. They still kept a few, but they at least gave us a couple each, which I don't care. Like, I don't care if the store keeping some or the organizer keeping some. Just give out a fair share to the players that actually came to the tournament, actually made it run. So this is my 2 cents on the thing. This whole keeping the cards, not giving to the players, it's got to stop. I'm just really tired of it, and I'm really tired of people talking about it too. So I know a lot of people are frustrated with it, and it just has to stop. But anyway, back to the game. That's my little rant over about tournament prizes. It needs to get better, in short. Right, so a little Sab comes up and just kills that Stormtrooper, which gives a focus to another Stormtrooper. The best ability about the elite Stormtroopers. So, yes, this list, took it to Nationals. I was expecting a lot of troopers. I only faced 1 trooper list on the day, I think. Yeah. And it just doesn't work, I don't think. Actually, no, I faced 2 trooper lists. And he just gets shot down too quick, and he's too expensive. So, I think I want to start playing Scum again. Out of all the things there, I think Bosk was the most prominent character out of all the characters. I think Bosk and Inquisitor were about 9 people took each, or thereabouts. So it just shows that what people like in them. Like Inquisitor is just, with his card, he's just so brutal, getting clear 5. And Bosk's regen is +2 damage, he's plus built-in accuracy, he's white dice, and regains 2 health every turn. He's just so good. For 8 points, he's just absolute bargain. So yeah, so I had 4 games of Nationals. I basically got near the bottom. I did terribly, but got the Bobber card. Wish I got a few more so I could give them the players in the local area, but they decided to keep them all, the TOs. But yeah, at the tournament there was like Game of Thrones and Star Wars card game and Conquest card game, all really awkwardly positioned. So if you wanted to play Game of Thrones and Imperial Assault started at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, and if you wanted to play Game of Thrones it started at 10 o'clock. But the stupid thing was that if you wanted to play both, you couldn't play both, because Game of Thrones started at 10. By the 3rd round you have to drop to play IA, which I thought the whole point of Imperial Assault starting at 3 o'clock was to encourage both players to play both. But I don't know, someone needs... Like, my whole take of that, the venue was awesome. Like, the venue where they had it, it's like sort of like a casino type thing, with like tons of restaurants. The venue was excellent. The way it was run and the prices was really below average, in my opinion. Like, some of the cards, like Game of Thrones got 40 players. Conquest only got about 15 or whatever for the last Nationals of that game's history, basically, because it's being discontinued, which is a shame. I think the Star Wars card game only got about 8 people, maybe 10. And Imperial Assault got 24. So the numbers were really, especially for Conquest, I thought a lot of people would have turned up because it was going to be the last time playing competitively, or playing in like a tournament aspect. But which was a sort of shame that no one really turned up for it. Just moving his smuggler. Yes, that's sort of my quick overview on Nationals this year. It doesn't really encourage me to go back again, that's for sure. If the prizes were like last time, only given 1 card each, to travelling all that way from Melbourne, which is a 9-hour drive. We drove 9 hours each way just for 1 bobber card and really no other like door prizes or anything like that. It's, I don't know, it really defeats the purpose if I want to go back again. Or to the Sydney ones anyway. I definitely want to go to, because the best thing about, because regionals are coming up very soon, the time of this recording, like it's mid-October now, and regionals are starting November, going through to Feb, so good thing is that Canberra's regionals for IA and Imperial Assault and Armada are on the same weekend, so IA is on the Saturday and Armada's on the Sunday, or either or, and Newcastle's the same way, so that might actually be worth it, because I know tons of people rave about Canberra's events, and I really want to head down to that, because it's only about 6 hours away, so it's not too far, and you get both games for the weekend, so it actually makes it sort of worth a bit more. But Newcastle, I'm not sure how to get there from Victoria. It's like 12-hour drive, so I'm definitely not driving. And flying a plane there, it's very, very expensive. It's like flying to Canberra, it's very expensive. So, but we'll figure it out. It depends if I have work or not. So this trooper moves up to obviously chuck a grenade, because why else do you send a trooper to their death? Play grenadier or grenadier, however you want to say it. And rolls one hit, and I think that is I've only rolled three hits on that once, and I've probably played it about 20, 30 times. That card is just, I only find it you can get better 3-pointer cards than that, especially when you only roll when it's just so random. If it was always a 3 hits, and like say you only hit 3 models and it's always 3 hits, yeah, I could see that'd be awesome. But since it's roll a dice, you get whatever you want, like you get anything, so there's only one hit on that red, and I tend to roll that every time, so I think that's going to get shuffled out. But I'm going to stop playing troopers for a little while, but played them for a couple months now, and getting a bit stale. It's always the same thing, terrain 4 stuff, so I want to start playing Scum again, I think. Play Banthas, HKs, and all the other goodies the Scum have. So, Stormtrooper moved up, played Element Surprise. Shot Gideon and did 4 damage. I probably should have shot 3PO because it would have killed him, but oh well. And that was the end of the turn there. Actually, I wasn't the start of the turn. What am I talking about? So the Die Nugget is on 9 points, or 9 health. Weiss has just been shooting at every turn with the officer. Yeah, so currently at the time of recording this, the next wave's due in about 2 weeks, maybe. I think 2 weeks. I think something like that. I'm really excited for the new wave. It's going to bring in so many cool things. I think it'd be the wave that a lot of people have sort of been looking at, Imperial Assault, sort of thing. Like, yeah, I might get into this game. It's got Rancor and Jabber and all that kind of things, and I think it's good. Well, the next expansion will be Endor. I really don't want to see Ewoks. I really don't. It's just, I hate them. But I think that is, and I think it's imminent. But if we're going to get like scout troopers on speeder bikes, that'd be really cool. I think that could be one of the things they might put in the box. They'll definitely put scout troopers in the box though. But if they're on speeder bikes, we don't know. They might even put like the Imperial. I don't know what they are. I think they're engineers. The guys with the big dish helmet, the ones that you see like on the Death Star. They might put those guys in. We're not really sure. But I think they'll be still a while away though. But out of all the next waves released at Gen Con, I think IA's one is really solid. And that's just the why shooting at the Dinoga. IA's one is really solid. Armada's is really good, and X-Wings is absolute rubbish. I was talking to a few people today about it, and I think FFG are sort of lost on X-Wing at the moment. They've run out of ideas. Like since they're bringing that quad jumper in, which it looks like absolute garbage. That is one of the worst models I've seen them make. And the Scum TIE Fighter, yeah, it's the Rebel TIE Fighter, whatever it's going to be. Something just seems like they're running out of ideas. Which they've done a lot. They've done a lot of expanded universe stuff, and I think they've starting to hit a wall at the moment. But like the is it the U-wing, the new Rogue One thing, and the TIE Striker, they look cool. But yeah, that wave, I think it's wave 10 or 11 or whatever it is. looks awful, absolutely awful. And like I said, I was talking to a few people today about it, and I think X-Wing, a lot of people I feel very burnt out from X-Wing. Been playing it for a while, and nothing's really changed. Same lists, same attitude that people have, like win low cost attitude. That was one of the things that really killed 40k, was win low cost, play filthy lists. People got tired of it and found new games, so I don't want that to happen next X-Wing. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind it because everyone comes to Imperial, so I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, it's in a weird spot at the moment. But hopefully they'll release some decent looking ships and just forget about the whole quad jumper thing, because that model, it's awful. It is awful. And people saying it can move backwards, but what do you do? It looks like a piece of junk. I'm not going to fly it. I'm probably not going to. I think that's probably the only ship for X-Wing I'm not going to buy, because it just looks terrible. I can never see myself playing it. Yeah, it's just some pot shots. Sab's moving up to try and engage on Weiss and the officer. All my troopers are around the flanks now, so the troopers can't help Weiss. Nothing can help him, so he's on his own. He has to hold out against all this stuff. And Gideon's very damaged. Davith and Mern have only taken one each, so they're still pretty fresh. And the Dino is on 15 health. And this was Weiss declaring an attack on Davith, and he uses deflection, which adds like nice 2 range. He's hidden, and he's already range like 6 or whatever. So I need like a 10, so I need an awesome roll, and I don't get it, so basically just deal 2 damage to myself, which is sort of a bit silly. I should have just shot the Saboteur and try and get a kill, like a confirmed kill. But no matter though, I'm going to play Endless Reserves to get back a trooper, which is that's the only thing that holds Weiss up, is that Endless Reserves card. So moves Gideon away, pushes Obi-Wan. The main, I think he's the biggest threat to Weiss at the moment. Focused up, getting PS3, basically just ignores all of Weiss's one big strength, which is his 2 black dice, and ignores it from just 1 surge. So yes, something I'm not going to be. I think Weiss is going to be hitting the shelf for a little while, but. Yes, so Sab's moving up, just trying to start pegging Weiss down, because you have to start, if you're going to focus on him, you might as well just focus everything on him, try and kill him. You can't reinforce Weiss, so you might as well just focus on him. The Sab moves up, takes a shot at the officer, I think, yeah, and he dodges it, which is very, very lucky. So, with the new release coming out, so my goal was to have everything painted that I currently had before the new release. I got pretty close. I got down to like maybe 20 models maybe that weren't painted, but last month I've just been working a lot and just haven't had the energy or motivation to do any painting at the moment, because my free time is either like trying to play games, different games, or working basically. I don't really do that much else, so I just haven't got the motivation to paint lately. And I always find, because I used to do commission painting, and a lot of people ask me if I could paint their Imperial style stuff, and I just say, I said, well, once all my stuff's done, I'll think about it. But doing that for a couple of years really did burn me out, and I used to find it really fun, but doing it when it becomes your job, it just is not fun anymore, and it just felt like a chore doing that kind of thing all the time. And some days you just hated doing it, but you knew that it it was for someone, so you had to finish it, otherwise people get mad and get frustrated, and then you sort of have a bad reputation. And yeah, so that's it was fun at the start. It was fun commission painting, but it's good having your own little business. But you work hours you want to work. But yeah, it's just so frustrating and just drains you so quickly. Gideon moving up, focusing Obi-Wan. Now you can't really see, the thing is Obi-Wan is an officer, and yeah, behind the ATSTs. It's such a big model, when it's on camera you can't see anything behind it. So this is Weiss having a shot at Obi-Wan. But yeah, so the new stuff comes out. I think the shop near me is doing some sort of release date little game night or tournament thingy, so I might try and get to that. Depends if I'm working the next day, but it'd be good just to crack everything open and have some games. I might film some of them too, because I need to get into the habit of filming more games. It's just a hassle just carrying my tripod and everything around, and officer repairs Weiss. But we're having a chat with a few people. I want to run a campaign soon. Once all the stuff from the base set's all painted, I want to actually run a campaign and put it on YouTube and basically go start to finish for the base set campaign. But it's just so hard to get 4 or 5 players together, sort of semi-regularly to play. So still working out. So hopefully we can organise something where we all can play maybe once a fortnight, once a month, and just get a bunch of games in during a day or like a weekend or at night time and an evening. Because I've still yet to play the campaign, and I really want to just give it a go. Just as something different to break up the skirmish side of the game. And it could be a good little series too, just playing the campaign, filming of the game, keeping track of all the different characters we have, and watching their abilities grow. Right, so I'm playing Wild Fury with the Weiss. I just made David just roll his dice there, just so I know when you're point blank I always roll green and 2 reds, so just asked him if he could see if I got a dodge to save me rolling it. But it didn't, but I rolled terribly. So I did a bunch more damage. I think did 5 damage altogether. Yeah, so campaign, I'll have to do that soon. X-Wing battle reports, I've done a few live streams and I'm not sure yet. I might consider it, but I've done a few live streams on Facebook, so make sure you like me on Facebook, just Veteran Instincts. Like miniature, I think the official name is Veteran Instincts, Star Wars and Armada Facebook group page or something like that. If you type it in, you see basically the same picture you see as my YouTube profile picture. We doing a few live streams over Facebook, just our local game shop, mainly just to test camera angles and quality and that. The one we did the other day, I think the camera angle is okay, but it could be better, and the lighting could be better. So with Imperial Assault, it's nice and easy because it's nice and close. So, but still, the lighting at the shop, we're playing at the shop now, isn't great. Like you see the glare on some of the terminals, like the far terminal, and some of the cards that we reveal, you can't really see that much. So Saboteurs are shooting more at Weiss. Actually, at the Stormtrooper, killing that Stormtrooper. Focusing another. So yeah, and Armada, I'm not even going to bother touching Armada. I love the game, but it just takes way too long. Maybe if we start, I kind of want to start testing Armada on a 3x3, because 6x3, it's fine, but it just makes the game too slow. And for tournament play, it really does hurt. And I think on a 3x3, it'll make the game a lot more interesting too, a lot more fast-paced. Like a little more bloodier space combat. Should be just broadsiding ships. So I wanted to start testing that. We had played a big 1,000-point game recently, and we tested having fighters on the ships, and when you do a fight squadron command, they fly out. So might keep testing that because they actually work quite well. So just little things to speed the game up, because it's a very, very slow game at the moment. So unlike IA, which is fairly quick, an hour max, and you're done a game. Same with X-Wing, I suppose. Right, so Stormtrooper moved up, just did a few pot shots at 3PO, and then he ran away. So everyone's on, I think he's on 5 left, or 4 or 5 left. C3PO is on 2, and Gideon is on 4. I'm deciding what I want to do with my blue stormtroopers. Well, at this point, I think I knew Weiss was going to die. I think he's on 1 left, and he's got no chance now. He can't run away quicker. He's not fast enough. He should have been speed 5 because he's a walker. But shooting at the officer, I blanked it, and I got no rerolls. It only did 1 damage though, thankfully, and that was Mern. Yes, so campaign. Hopefully do some more live streams. More IA battle reports. I filmed a few when I was up in Sydney. Just some casual. I didn't film any of the tournament games because I had a really bad headache, and I don't want to deal with fussing around with the camera too much, especially when we play 4 games. So we did a few practice ones before the tournament. I just quickly filmed those. But Dino's on 1 left. But yeah, I didn't do anything for the actual tournament. Hopefully, I'll actually start making a move on and actually make some more videos. Because it's been a little bit of a slow patch lately. I've uploaded a couple weeks ago, and then it's been a few weeks of just not much. So I've got a few saved up, so I really should get in a routine of just posting every certain day. So I'm aim for posting every either Monday or Sunday. Probably Monday, so I'll post Sunday night, 1 battle report a week, which is doable, and hopefully get some steady content flow. So this is the Sab shooting at Weiss. As he led it. Actually, it was Davith, I think. No, I could have been. No, what was it, Sab? Yeah, so I just want to get some more content. And hopefully, I think Weiss is on 1 now. Hopefully have a good little collection of battle reports. Now, the little smuggler, going to try and for glory, but I think I rolled exactly what I needed. He still had a surge, which just stunned me, which you probably shouldn't have done that because you need to do damage to do those effects, but I don't think it really mattered at this point because he was going to die anyway. Then they shoot the officer. This is Davith. Just did a bunch of points. I'm using terminals as damage because I ran out of damage tokens, which is, I've learnt to carry more now. And Davith did his jump over thingy and just killed him. Basically just stood on the officer's head and killed him. That's why I hate Davith. At the end of the round, then retap. Still got a lot of command cards on my deck. I haven't really gone through many, and David's got none, I don't think. Play reinforcements just to make it even harder. At this point, I'm on 19. And David's on... Killed 6, is on 11. But Weiss is the big... He's going to be the big kill. And I roll absolutely poorly, and Weiss is gone. There's 16 points. So I realise, well... I really have to go for it now. I really have to try and do something. So I'm ahead by a few, but I'm on maybe 1 or 2, but I thought I have to go for it. So kill everyone. A little bit of a buffer. Other trooper, try and kill Gideon, because I'm only on 1 health. And I don't. So leaving that trooper wide in the open. Yes, yeah, and hopefully I want to just start Age of Sigmar recently, so I like the easy rules to learn. The community seems quite good in Victoria at the moment. Like, it's a very fresh, very new game, so I might try and do some testing with reports for that, and I might do some painting updates maybe if I have time, just to basically to fill a video in, so I've actually uploaded something. So like what's on my painting table. So Stormtrooper at 3PO. Just needs to roll anything, and he doesn't, and he does. So, slowly starting to get the points. Should have Gideon, see if I can get rid of him. does 3 blocks, but just get enough through and kills him. So slowly racking up the points, sort of trying to make ease for that big Weiss loss. So Sabs at that lone guy. Do 3 blocks, but he can just pierce that. And I zero it. Other focus Sab shoots at the same guy. Well, it's really good and kills that Stormtrooper. Gives focus the other guy. But I don't think he'll last much longer. He's all by himself there. And I'm activated. The red Stormtrooper is already activated, so I think, or unless I passed. It does a bunch of damage, and focus guy normal guy just kills him, and he's on 1, which forces Dareth just to jump over him, and we'll fast playing there because that was time called and end up being a draw. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next battle report, and until then, goodbye.